welcome to Perception Media. I am your hostess, the Cynic Geek, and today I have a theory. I don't know why I said that, because that's pretty much what I always have. That's why I'm making this video. So my theory is that Dumbledore knew Sirius was innocent, and I have the logic to back me up. Alright, so 21-year-old Sirius Black was arrested October 31st, 1981 for giving information which led to the deaths of James and Lily Potter and for the murder of Peter Pettigrew and 12 Muggles. This happened directly after Voldemort killed James and Lily and met his demise while trying to kill Harry. He was so young, right? Okay, so we know Sirius had to have gone to Godric's Hollow that night and found James and Lily because he gave Hagrid his flying motorcycle, which Hagrid used to deliver Harry to Privet Drive at Dumbledore's request. And Sirius later found Peter, who accused him of betraying the Potters, and before Sirius could do anything to Peter, he used a blasting curse, which is what killed those 12 Muggles people. And he cut off his own finger and then turned into a rat, which was his animagus form, and then disappeared for the next 13 years. So Sirius was arrested quickly after and then sentenced to Azkaban for life without a trial, very A-Team style, and this decision was made by Barty Crouch Sr., and it's kind of weird because Barty Crouch Jr., Rodolphus, I hope I said that right, and Rabaston and Bellatrix Lestrange were all arrested a little bit after that for the torture of Frank and Alice Longbottom with the unforgivable the Cruciatus Curse. Yet, they all got trials, and it seems far more likely that Barty Crouch Sr. wouldn't have had a trial for his own son over not having a trial for Sirius, and as far as I can tell, Sirius was the only character we see that did not have a trial. I could have missed someone else, but as far as I can find, he's the only one. And the excuse given was that at that point, it seemed like they just wanted to round up all the Death Eaters, so then why were those four given a trial despite having been arrested directly after him? That doesn't logically make much sense. And, yeah. And also, it's so easy in the wizarding world to prove whether someone is guilty or innocent. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing any of these wrong. I'm trying to say them correctly, but I know I'm going to say this wrong. Legitimins? So why wouldn't the Ministry of Law Enforcement have a permanent mind reader working for them who could assess whether anyone is telling the truth or lying at any given point? Why wouldn't that be a standard job for them? That it doesn't make sense that it's not. Dumbledore is a legitimens, so why wouldn't Dumbledore have read Sirius's mind? And in fact, it doesn't make sense that he didn't. Further, you have prior incantado, and that is a spell that's used to see the last spell that a wand cast. So they could have literally seen if Sirius used the blasting curse to kill anyone, or something specifically to kill Peter Pettigrew. Then you also have Veritaserum, which is a truth potion. So why wasn't he even interrogated with that? It seems like that should also be kind of a standard thing, protocol to do. And then you have a pensive, and people can literally pull a memory out of someone's mind to show them, if I were being accused of a crime, I'll pull all my memories. Any memory you want. I didn't do it, man. I'm not guilty of this. So it just doesn't make sense how literally anybody could ever go to prison for a crime they didn't commit in the wizarding world. And there's further proof that just kind of goes to show that Sirius was innocent, and that Sirius, when he was only 11 years old, was sorted into Gryffindor despite his entire family, the Black family, having been sorted into Slytherins. He, from the get-go, went against his pureblood, traditionalist, elitist family. And he didn't have a dark mark. Bellatrix and all the other Death Eaters would have known he was a Death Eater, wouldn't they? And for that matter, I feel like Snape should have known that the traitor was Pettigrew and not Sirius. But that's a whole other thing. I mean, you can come up with like a logical reason that he wouldn't have known that, but I feel like he would have because he was really in Voldemort's inner circle. So I don't know. Even if he was being a traitor, it seems like Voldemort wasn't exactly all that great at secret keeping, to be honest. But oh well. And Sirius knew about his brother Regulus's betrayal and murder. So wouldn't the Order have known that too? And wouldn't that have made him a target for Death Eaters? So at that point, like, okay, so Sirius Black is the eldest son of the most noble and ancient House of Black. And he, at a young age, had a very close friendship, of course, with his best friend, Harry Potter. Or, almost I said Harry Potter, James Potter. So there are a lot of reasons that would have made him a target because Voldemort knew he needed to go after James Potter. His brother Regulus already betrayed him. His father died the same year in 1979, although we're not told if Orion was killed by Death Eaters or not. Like, there are so many things that would have set him out to be a target. So under no circumstances would it ever make sense for James and Lily to even consider making him their secret keeper. Like, this is if you know someone has a target on their back, why would you paint an even bigger target on their back? Plus, you already know they have people coming after them. No, should have been someone else. It should have been James himself, actually. But okay, so Dumbledore, for whatever reason, wanted and thought it would be supposedly Sirius. All right, so with all his Hogwarts pranks on... Oh, and then there's all those Hogwarts pranks on Slytherins. So Slytherins, most of whom joined the Death Eaters, wouldn't have liked him because as a kid he was always playing tricks on them. He wasn't making future friends, he was making future enemies. Plus, like, his cousins and cousin-in-laws were Death Eaters as well and knew that he wouldn't have been with them. Like, there's just so many things that show he wouldn't have been a Death Eater and he wouldn't have been selling out his friends to Voldemort. And, okay, Remus Lupin, I'm sorry, I love him. He's my second favorite character, but besides Sirius, he's a terrible friend. I'm just gonna say it. He should have at least found a way to ask Sirius, or he should have known Sirius wasn't guilty. It's just ridiculous. And Sirius was the most loyal freaking person. I mean, everyone's all Snape, for always loving Lily, but that's creepy stalker behavior. Don't like it. No, always. No. Sirius was the most loyal effing person. He is the Samwise Gamgee of the Harry Potter series. So anyway, I postulated at the beginning of this video that Dumbledore knew. So here is my theory. Sirius, of course, is Harry Potter's godfather. He wanted to do the right thing by him and raise him as both Lily and James wanted in the event of their demise. Dumbledore needed Harry to go to the Dursleys because of the whole, because of how Lily died protecting Harry with that kind of like, I guess it's described as a blood magic, and that protected Harry, and that's why when Voldemort tried to touch him, he always failed and kind of, like, that's why Quirrell disintegrated, that's why Voldemort lost his corporeal form. It was because he couldn't touch Harry, and that was because of the blood magic. So Petunia, of course, being Lily's sister, would have that same thing and would be able to protect Harry whether she was really aware of it or not. And she would have that same protection, whereas Sirius wouldn't. And Sirius was a good wizard, but not as powerful as Voldemort, of course. So this was kind of necessary for Harry to go live with the Dursleys. And we know when Hagrid went to Godric's Hollow to get Harry at Dumbledore's request, Sirius didn't want to let him go, and he only did when Hagrid told him that Dumbledore ordered it. And I think that just being upset and in the moment, he did so, but I think he would have gone back for Harry had he not been arrested. And I also think that Dumbledore wanted Harry to grow up without magic. And he didn't want Harry to realize his fame and his prestige. And if Sirius were walking free, whether he had custody of Harry or not, he wouldn't have kept that a secret, despite what Dumbledore asked him to do. I think he would have very much have told him about his parents and about his lineage and about who and what he was. And Oh man, I just think that there are a lot of things Dumbledore wanted and needed to have happen in Harry's childhood before entering Hogwarts that Sirius wouldn't have allowed to have happened, and he would have gotten in Dumbledore's way. And we've seen that Dumbledore is very much, I mean, he's essentially an Merlin. And Merlin, if you haven't read the same Arthurian legends that I have, Merlin is super messed up, very manipulative. Dumbledore is the exact same. It's that creepy old wizard will trust you, but man, you're doing some stuff behind our back, right? So, July of 1993, Sirius broke out of Azkaban after have been in prison for 12 years, and he suffered for 12 effing years, and then an additional 2 before dying when he was, oh my god, math, in his 30s. I'll have the exact number over there. And that's just, he died defending Harry. It's so devastating. Sirius is like the greatest man, and Dumbledore did him wrong. And my last piece of evidence is that when Sirius broke out of Azkaban, Dumbledore purposefully hired Remus Lupin as the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Why would he have hired him then? The best friend of James Potter and Sirius Black. Someone who knew Harry's parents so well, and someone who may have been inclined to help Sirius. Dumbledore definitely knew, and he didn't even need any convincing that Sirius was innocent. As soon as Harry and Hermione wake up in the hospital room, and say he's innocent, Dumbledore already had the plan. He already had Hermione have that time turner. He effing knew. He is a master manipulator, and I'm disappointed in him. That's all I got for this theory. I have a lot more theories about Dumbledore knowing stuff and proving he's not as nice and as good as he seems to be. I love Harry Potter. I hope you guys all love Harry Potter. And I hope we get a Moon Knight movie. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.